finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call
0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square root of boxing, track of Formula One, and the pitch of football. Join the sports crew on Sport Hall 6 to 7 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Here on iMpact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Reviews, views, and interviews just the way you like it. Exclusive on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Sports Hub for all the updates and analysis.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
So I have chess game with my friend later on today. When is the best time to play chess game?
I guess you're bored. Usually in the evening, but definitely before you are too tired. My very best chess, of course, is generally played at the times when I'm winning, unless my opponent decides to take a bow.
I'm definitely not taking a bow. Thank you.
I hope you win.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the fastest man in the world?
That's very simple. It's Usain Bolt. He is the fastest runner on the planet, setting the world record for the shortest 100 meters sprint time of 9.58 seconds.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity. I'll tell you. Muggsy Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
Hey, Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
I've been curious. Who exactly is the youngest swimmer in the world?
Oh, I'll tell you. Alzen Tarek, age 10, is the youngest and fastest swimmer in World Championships history. Tarek has been swimming competitively since the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I wowed you.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on iMpact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Friday edition of the show Sports in a Jiffy is live on your radio. Design Power Radio 102.1 FM, talking Super Eagles of Nigeria, who are now through to the final spots of the African World Cup qualifiers. The playoff spot right there. Not an easy route, if you ask me. But then we're getting it done in bits and in pieces. Men to Jen and the ladies, joy, smile is what you can see on the faces of Nigerians from yesterday night. So evident that Nigerians are having a bit of excitement right about now. If you ask me, I'll tell you that was a sumptuous win for the Super Eagles last night. Before the time, a lot of questions were being asked about the period and also the players' energy. Don't forget that game did not just come without its own ruckus, just like we always have it when it comes to football in this particular part of the world. And yesterday, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and also his counterparts were being silenced on the pitch yesterday. Superiority was being shown right there in Rabat, Morocco. Fear definitely was in place, if you ask me, especially with that penalty call from the game yesterday. Then Ako Adams, the Sevilla man right there, came, put the ball in the back of the net, only to be cancelled out by Mario Lemina. Honestly, at that point in time, it felt like everyone was going to let loose. Then, the miss, the one-on-one by Victor Osimhen. That was the highlight of the evening. Trust me, the never say die spirit, the fighting spirit, it did not just come out of nowhere. It is born out of the Super Eagles that is always soaring. At that moment yesterday night, I tell you, I was also afraid that maybe the worst will happen. A lot of persons exited the game, stopped watching the game, and some people fell off their chairs because why? I mean, he also said it yesterday that as a striker, sometimes you lose the goals that you're expected to score, and then you score the goals from a tight angle. Yeah, he did something like that yesterday night as well. Yes, that game, God on our side, super superior and dominant. Chidera Ejuke being recalled back to the side after 6 months out. Also, got the goal to give Nigeria another lead to make it 2-1 in that particular one. And then Victor came back again, scored that first one. And the last goal from his chest, dribble past the first one, dribble past the second one, and then blasted it to the top of the net. Clinical goal right there. One of the goals you expect that Victor Osimhen was going to score. Trust me, the 4 goals that were scored in that game yesterday were being brewed either in Turkey or right there in Spain. If you know it, then you know it. Super Eagles of Nigeria, trust me, they have now scored 4 goals in back-to-back matches against African counterparts. That is to tell you that we mean business this time around, and it's not just happening. You can talk about the boys who are looking to silence all of the doubters and the naysayers who at a point in time, especially Burkina Faso, who said CAF was being so lenient with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and also some form of giving the Super Eagles of Nigeria a preferential treatment in that particular one. All attention is now set on the final that is going to be played on Sunday between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Panthers of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Because Congo Democratic Republic were definitely able to put one past Cameroon yesterday. 1-0 is the final scoreline of that particular match. And as it is right now, one more win and we are into the intercontinental playoffs. Are we still going to get through? We wait till that particular time, and that is going to be come next year, March 2026. It's obvious that there's a common goal in the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria right about now, which is oneness and also a determination to make it through to the Mundial come 2026. It's Sports in a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. And you've got me, AYODEJI, AJIBOYE this morning, preaching the gospel of sport to you. And I'll be doing that for the next 15 minutes or thereabout. Tiptoeing all of the major stories making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport. A bit of news coming through from the European qualifiers as well, because as it is right now, Norway have also made it their first World Cup in 28 years, amongst other nations that are also inking their names in the roster for the 2026 World Cup right there in Canada, United States of America, and also Mexico. Bringing updates coming through from the Nigerian Premier Football League yesterday. Rescheduled match between Enugu Rangers and Remo Stars, with Remo Stars losing another game right at home to Enugu Rangers. Hopefully, they are able to bounce back, but it's not looking like that anytime and anytime soon. I will still bring thoughts coming through from other sports on the show this morning in the world of boxing, where it's been said our British Nigerian heavyweight sensation Moses Ituma has now been granted the world title shot in 2026 after the World Boxing Association officially sanctioned his mandatory challenge against the winner of the December 12 clash between WBA regular champion Kubrat Pulev and also Murad Gassiev. The WBA ruling confirms that Ituma retains his mandatory status as the number 1 contender and will face the winner of the Pulev-Gassiev or Pulev in case of a draw or no decision. Decision follows a special permit request submitted by Pulev's team after a previous WBA resolution had ordered a mandatory defense against Ituma. According to the WBA ruling, the 20-year-old has also been cleared to take an optional bout against Jermaine Franklin on January 24, 2026 at the Manchester Co-op Live Arena. Still taking more thoughts coming from the world of boxing this morning. Former two-time unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua is now reportedly preparing for a sensational return to the ring. I tell you, amazing news right there for boxing fans. I beg your pardon, because he's now going to be getting ready to face social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in the high-profile heavyweight clash expected to take place in Miami in December. According to reports from newsmen, negotiations between Joshua's team and Paul's camp are nearing completion, with either December 9 or 12 being targeted for the much-anticipated showdown. Joshua, who has been out of action since his defeat to Daniel Dubois in September 2024, the British boxing icon has been carefully considering his next step, and it now appears that his comeback fight will be one of the most talked about matchups in recent years. And away from the world of boxing right now, let's take a quick stop in the world of basketball, where Nikola Jokic delivered a stunning performance yesterday night, powering the Denver Nuggets to a 130 to 116 win over the LA Clippers, their sixth straight victory of the season. The Serbian superstar was unstoppable, recording a season high 55 points on an incredible 18 of 23 shooting, including 5 of 8 from 3-point range and 14 of 16 from the free throw line, marking the third highest scoring game of his career, and a reminder of why he remains one of the most dominant players in the NBA. Jokic's offensive brilliance led Denver to decisive road with 24 hours after defeating the Sacramento Kings, and the Nuggets have now swept both of their back-to-back games this season and continue to impress with 8 of their 9 victories coming from double digits. Amazing one right there, because they currently have a 90 record and the second best rating in the league so far this season. Defending champions are off to a dominant start with Jokic, and in this kind of form, the Nuggets definitely look every bit like title favorites once again in the world of the NBA. Still taking more basketball thoughts coming through on the show this morning. It's Sports in AJIFFY on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, bringing you updates coming through from the world of sports. To intro of the major stories, 70 in bits and in pieces. Don't forget that we're back later this evening between 5 to 6 p.m. on the Sports Hub Show, where we'll be doing 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of reach, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the interviews right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. We're currently streaming live on our YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM. Still bringing stories coming through from the world of basketball. Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry and his partners are parting ways and ending their long-standing partnership. The site announced that yesterday. Curry's standalone endeavor, his brand will now move forward independently, and his shoes will also be releasing as planned under the brand on during the 2026, but he's now entering the sneaker-free agency. Curry, who left a popular clothing brand and signed with the new brand in 2013. That was like several years into his NBA career, but before his rise into an MVP and also a global celebrity. And away from that story, it's also been said that LeBron James practiced with the G League South Bay Lakers again yesterday and did not experience any residual effects from Wednesday's workout. It's been said that this is encouraging signs after James' first 5-on-5 play since the first round of the playoffs more than 6 months ago. James, who turns 41 next month, missed all of training camp and the Los Angeles Lakers' first 12 games of the season while recovering from sciatica. That's like a nerve pain affecting his lower back and down the right of his body. James is practicing with the G League affiliates while the Lakers are finishing a 5-game road trip against the New Orleans Pelicans later today, and Milwaukee on Saturday. Right there. Away from that story right now, still bringing more thoughts coming through from the world of sport on the show this morning. Let's make a quick stop in the world of tennis, bringing you updates right there, and that's talking about the ATP finals, where Carlos Alcaraz said securing the year-end world #1 ranking means everything after he reached the knockout stages of the ATP finals with 3 straight wins. Alcaraz was already assured of a semi-final place after Alex de Minaur beat Taylor Fritz earlier on Thursday, but he would not be denied in his bid to edge rival Jannik Sinner in the race to be crowned the top-ranked men's player of 2025. The 22-year-old Spaniard let out a huge roar as he achieved defeat by beating Italian 9th seed Lorenzo Musetti 6-4. 6-1, also ensuring a recorded 70 wins in the season for the first time in his career. In topping the Jimmy Connors group, Alcaraz has avoided a semi-final meeting with Sinner, who is already confirmed as winner of the Bjorn group before the final round of matches later today. Sinner will be playing against the winner in the last 4, while Alcaraz awaits the winner of German Alexander Zverev and Canada's Felix Auger-Aliassime as the world's top 2 aim to set up a tantalizing final blockbuster showdown to conclude the year, which they have once again dominated the ATP Tour. away from the ATP right now, back into the world of football. It's been said that Cristiano Ronaldo could miss at least the opening game of the 2026 World Cup after receiving a red card for violent conduct during Portugal's 2-0 defeat to the Republic of Ireland yesterday night. According to report, the Al Nassr forward was shown a yellow card initially in the 64th minute for elbowing Ireland defender Dara O'Shea, and still after a review of VAR, the referee upgraded the decision to a red card, and it was Ronaldo's first red card for Portugal in his 226th international appearance, setting a record in men's football, though he has been sent off 13 times at the club level. Following a FIFA disciplinary rules, Ronaldo faced a mandatory one-match ban in competitive fixtures. The regulation states that violent conduct could result in a ban of at least 3 matches or an appropriate period of time for assault, including elbowing. The ban will now apply to competitive games and cannot be served in a pre-tournament friendlies. Portugal, who went into the game knowing a win would secure their place at the 2026 World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, but 2 goals from Troy Parrott stunned the visitors once again. Don't forget that their last game as well, they were being stopped by the Slovakian side in that particular encounter. Well, it might take a while, but definitely Portugal definitely are going to go through where you talk about the FIFA World Cup right there. They find a way to make it true. That's one thing that we can be rest assured of when it comes to Portugal getting to the World Cup. Still more talks coming through from the world of football on the show this morning. Right now, we're talking about the World Cup and also a couple of qualifiers happening around Europe. It's been said that Italy left Italy as a battle to a 2-0 win over Moldova in the penultimate World Cup qualifier in Cristiano. The Azzurri had already secured the playoff spot, but hopes of taking the first place in Group I was being cut short in that particular game yesterday, because mathematically, Norway had earlier beaten Estonia 4-1. Gennaro Gattuso's side, though, looked to have been left frustrated against the bottom of the table Moldovans until Gianluca Mancini nodded in with 2 minutes left and substitute Francisco Pio Esposito headed home another during stoppage time. Italy made a bright start at the Zimbru Stadium with Gianluca Scamacca sending Giacomo Raspadori in on goal, but a shot was saved in the near post. Italy beat Moldova, but likely they will be playing in the playoffs come next year as well. All hands in glove as it is right now, and in their group standings, Norway has already qualified automatically with 21 points from all of their 7 games because they refused to drop points. 29 goals difference. It's what Norway made use of to qualify out of that particular group. Right there, and the likes of Group B will also be seeing a couple of matches going down in that particular group too. And that's talking about the World Cup playoffs. Still taking more thoughts coming through from the world of football on the show this morning. It's still Sports in AJIFFY right here on AMPA Radio 102.1 FM. Quickly, let's take this story coming through from Turkey, where it's been said that the Football Association has temporarily banned 1 and 2 top-tier club players yesterday over a widening betting scandal. The Turkish Football Federation suspended 25 players from the Super League and 77 from the second tier, the first division. This is ranging from 45 days to 1 year. Galatasaray and Turkey defender Eren El Mali was suspended for 45 days. Club teammate and Turkey under-21 centre-back Metehan Baltashi was suspended for 9 months. Mahi posted on Instagram this week that he bet on a game about 5 years ago that did not involve his own team. He joined Galatasaray just this year. More than 1,000 players have been referred to the Federation's Professional Football Disciplinary Board in the ongoing investigation. The Federation has now shut down the 3rd and 4th tier divisions for 2 weeks, but allowed the Super League, led by defending champions Galatasaray and second tier, to continue. Federation President Ibrahim vowed this week to cleanse Turkish football from corruption, scandal, and unethical practices. Sports in AJIFFY right here on AMPA Radio 102.1 FM. Quickly going through other matches that will be going down in the world of football later today. That's talking about some of the European World qualifiers. Luxembourg will be hosting Germany. Slovakia will be up against Northern Ireland. Finland will be hosting Malta. Poland will be hosting Netherlands. Croatia will be up against Faroe Islands. Gibraltar will be hosting Montenegro, and a couple of international friendlies will be going down today as well. Earlier today, we saw Canada play out the 0-0 draw against Ecuador, while currently on the way is Japan up against Ghana, while South Korea will also be up against Bolivia. Kenya will be hosting Equatorial Guinea. Angola will be playing against Argentina. Egypt will be playing Uzbekistan. Saudi Arabia hosts Ivory Coast. Tunisia hosts Jordan, while Morocco will be up against Mozambique, and a couple of other friendlies that will be going down right there later today. In the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers, Guatemala lost out to Panama, while in Group B, Bermuda lost out to Curacao. Trinidad and Tobago played at a 1-1 draw against Jamaica. Haiti defeated Costa Rica 1-0. Nicaragua defeated Honduras 2-0 right there in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. And the Sports in a Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM is how much we're taking on the show for today. Many thanks to everyone who's been a part of the show. Sports Off Show with us later tonight at 5 p.m. down to 6 p.m. right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. AYODEJI, AJIBOYE signing out this morning. Stay sporty, stay active, drink enough water to stay hydrated. Go out there, be the best version of yourself. Remember to be kind, because kindness is cool. I'll see you when I see you once again. Do out for yourself a lovely and a highly blessed weekend.
From the Greens